Oh yeah, it's Labor Day, Monday, September 7th, 2015. Yeah, I'm a 7-year-old, alright? Deal with it. We're going to the pool. Coming over here, Ken and I are going to convoy, and it's going to be a fun day. It's already 80-something degrees, and it's only going to get warmer today, so friggin' rights.
Relax, don't do it when you want to go to it. Relax, don't do it. See, my life is not complete. I've never seen you smile. Try, let it ride.
That song would be very fitting to Silver Lake on a holiday weekend. Everybody's playing volleyball and swimming in the lake. It's a perfect 91 degrees. It's nighttime. Been over at the grandparents' house for the last few hours doing some small jobs. I need to go put gas in the smart car, so we don't need that on. M5's out at night, which is rare. But this thing has not actually had a fresh tank of gas in it since... Why are the lights not coming on inside? I don't know about that. Not had fresh tank of gas now since, I would say, March or April. It's been the entire summer on the tank that it's got, which is almost empty. We've got 2 ticks left down there. So we're gonna run it over to somewhere and fill her up. Well, it took about 5 gallons to fill up the tank from down at a quarter. But I forgot how fun this thing is for about 5 minutes. One, we got Steve Miller Band, the Steve Miller Band on Take the Money and Run, and it's just torquey. Like we're in 4th gear at 2,500 RPM. There's the floor. Oh yeah! You gotta hold this thing back. We'll try 3rd from 35. Oh yeah! Oh! Alright, we're back. It's 12:30. Got stuff done with the grandparents. Came back here. I just watched Lost and whatever season I'm on, 5 or 6 or 4 or something. Done with the first 2 episodes of that. Wrote my memo. It's due tomorrow at noon. Turn that in tonight. We're free tomorrow. 2 classes, the usual Tuesday. Anyways, I wanted to talk a few minutes here before my battery dies about the next generation iPhone. It's kind of tradition. I always give my thoughts, bitches, and rants on the current generation and what I would like to see in the next. So the event is scheduled for a Wednesday, 1 o'clock in the west, 10 o'clock in the morning in the east. Of course, being hosted in San Francisco. So I don't have classes on Wednesday, so I will try to watch that event live. I think it is streaming to the Apple TV. Alvis, leave me a comment, I'm sure you know. So we'll watch that. But we need a serious hardware upgrade with the iPhone 6s. The 6, when it came out, just like the 5 and the 4, brought an innovative form factor, an exciting case, a big screen size, design change. But in my opinion was a pretty big step backwards in terms of performance. It might make more power, it might be more effective in terms of events per second, but paired with the software, it's a lot slower. The iPhone 5S was snappy. It felt very capable. It loaded stuff very quickly. And I didn't really have many issues with it. I did have to get a new phone at one point. Apple exchanged it out for free. I don't remember what happened, but something was dicked with it, so I got a new one and it was perfect. The 6, on the other hand, very slow animations when I'm typing. I type fairly quickly, I think, on my phone. And then I'll notice when I'm done typing, it takes a couple seconds for the animations of the letters getting big when you touch them to catch up with me. Just stuff like that. The device is not powerful. I downloaded a status app that lets you see how much RAM is in use and stuff like that, nerd specs. And you're constantly using, with no applications open, about 930 megabytes of RAM, and it only has 1 gigabyte. So that's only leaving 70 and change megs of RAM available. That's unacceptable. The processor spends most of its time between 70 and 90% idling. Not good. This is based off of a total fresh iOS install. Couple months old at this point. It's never been backed up and restored. I don't think there's huge software issues that are contributing to just the lack of performance that the iPhone 6 has. Anyways, with the 6S, 2 gigs of RAM at least. I don't know why we don't have 4 or 8. This memory is cheap as hell. Flash memory is cheap. Android phones have at least 3. Processor, we have a 2 dual-core 1.4 gigahertz A8 processor, I believe, right now. The next one, I don't know what it's going to be. It might go up to a 1.5 or 1.6. It's going to come down to software optimization. Some of these Droids, the LG G4, I believe, has a 6-core 1.8 gigahertz processor. So on specs, blowing the iPhone out of the water completely. Same thing with cameras, 16 megapixels on some of the Droids. We still have 8 on the iPhone 6. However, having said that, megapixels do not translate to quality. The depth of a pixel processing, the aperture of a lens, how much light gets in, has a far greater effect than the actual resolution. You can have a very high resolution image that looks like crap versus a lower resolution image that is crystal clear and sharp and beautiful. And that's always been what Apple's done. Apple doesn't put a 6-liter V12 in their phone. They use a little V8, and usually it's better than that huge V12 that is not optimized by the software. Since Apple controls both the hardware and the software, they do have a greater advantage over controlling, manipulating both of those aspects at once to create a better user experience. So I do have faith that the iPhone 6s will be a superior product than the average phone out on the market, even some of these power Android phones. But a lot of it's going to come down to iOS 9. The huge features or focus point on iOS 9 was what I have been wanting for a few years. I don't need new features. I don't need new apps. All this stuff's there. They need to make it work. They need to make it fast and reliable. And I believe that's what iOS 9 has focused on, is making this stuff work and perform. So if Apple can make a device with better hardware, they're going to use 7000 grade aluminum, so bend gate won't be a thing anymore, hopefully on the 6S Plus. Are we flashing yet? Amazingly, no. So they're going to, fix everything that they did wrong the first time. That was the same thing with the 4. I had the 4. It was my first iPhone coming from an iPod Touch. It was a great experience. The 4S was so much better. The 5 was fun. New case design, taller screen, slower. 5S, in my opinion, the best cell phone to ever be available. The 6, okay, this is fun. Big new screen. It's super thin. It's got Apple Pay, stuff like that. 6S needs to expand upon that and be the best phone Apple's made. And if it isn't, man, I am ready to go get something that is. So we'll see. But it's going to come down to hardware and software optimization. They've had an entire year to get their shit together and make this stuff work. And I really hope they've done it. So we're going to find out on Wednesday. Probably a pre-order starting, I've read some rumors it'll be the 11th, which I think is Friday. That would be cool. And then it'll be the 18th starting delivery. I think that's a Thursday. 11th, so it'd be a Friday, the next Friday, something like that, and then the next weekend. So anyways, those are my expectations. That's what I want to see. Camera quality can be improved. There's rumors of 4K video and a 10 megapixel sensor or a 12 megapixel sensor versus the existing 8. As I said, it's not resolution, it's how you do it. So Apple's traditionally been very good with that. The 5S camera was amazing. Anyways, so that's where we are. Same thing with Yosemite and then El Capitan. El Capitan is just going to take Yosemite, build off of that, expand it, and make it what it should be, like Snow Leopard was to Leopard or Mountain Lion was to Lion. So I think that odd number years seem to be better for Apple. They take all their shit and fix it, then they innovate it, stuff gets screwed up and slow, and then they fix it. So I think a little less innovation in terms of new features. We have most of what we need at this point, but it needs to work. And that's going to be my conclusion for tonight. So I'm going to go up and take a shower and get through some emails and some YouTube, get to bed by 3 probably, and then get up and go to class tomorrow. And then I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. The outdoor pool at Life Center closed today. It's Labor Day. That was the season. Didn't end up joining that pool until July. It's because leisure time it's pathetically sad, but that is gone. And then I was traveling in June. We had Timmy Fest. We had a San Diego trip. July was crazy busy. It rained the first half of the month. And then we started hitting the pool in late July, August, and September. I've gone more times in September than I did in July, and that's never happened. So anyways, we're going to keep going to the indoor pool, and they've got a little courtyard outside. You can go lay in the sun, fry yourself like a lobster, which I've been doing, and then go jump in the pool inside. So I might do that tomorrow, I might not, I don't know. It's supposed to be 90 degrees again. In a week, by the way, it's supposed to be 40 as a low and like 59 as a high, so we're clearly winding down here. But the next few days in the 90s, I'm going to take advantage of. Making a note on yesterday's video, it looked like I had a black eye. I don't, clearly. Here's why. I got back from the bowling alley. I came out here. In fact, I probably will here in about 45 seconds. There's carbon all over the exhaust. Looks like crap. Looks really nice when it's clean. So I'll take one of them blue shop towels, clean it out. Must have gotten carbon on my hand and then wiped my face or something, and that's why it looked like I had a black eye. No, I didn't get beat up, and I would have won if I did. Probably not. But anyways, I'm going to bed. We'll talk tomorrow on Tuesday. I hope you guys had a fantastic Labor Day weekend. It was a lot of fun here. I haven't been home like 8 hours the whole weekend. It's been great. We've been out doing stuff, having fun. But back to work tomorrow, and I'll speak with you then. Good night.